As a volunteer at Fosterful, you have the opportunity to make a profound impact in the life of a foster child. But today we're going to talk about the toll that spending time in a child welfare office, overhearing stories and interacting with kids in a heightened emotional state can take on you, the volunteer. Today we're talking all about vicarious trauma. Vicarious trauma can occur when someone experiences emotional stress from working with others who have experienced trauma firsthand. Before we dive into it, how it happens, what it looks like, and what you can do when you experience this kind of trauma, I want to start by saying that it is completely normal. It means you're human. You chose to volunteer with kids in foster care because you are empathetic to their stories, because you care. Because of this empathy, you will most likely carry some of their pain and trauma with you after you leave. Our hope is that this video helps you to identify vicarious trauma in yourself, and that you'll gain tools and resources to help you stay healthy so you can keep showing up for kids on the longest day of their life. Many Fosterful volunteers may overhear social workers sharing highly traumatic stories in a desensitized way. It's important for volunteers to remember that these social workers have experienced vicarious trauma themselves, and oversharing may be how they cope. You may find yourself experiencing PTSD-like symptoms after overhearing a story of a child's separation or injuries or violent home situation. Many children may not feel comfortable talking with you about what they've experienced during your brief interaction, but some may. These children's stories or their behavior may trigger an empathic or stress response that stays with you even after you leave the office. You will be in a situation surrounded by individuals, both adults and kids, who have experienced either direct trauma or vicarious trauma. That means there may be heightened emotions. All of this can directly or indirectly affect your own emotions and body, especially if you are bringing in your own unprocessed trauma. So let's look at how vicarious trauma manifests itself and how you can recognize when you are experiencing it. You might be experiencing vicarious trauma if you have had one of the following emotional symptoms: shock, hypervigilance, hopelessness, sadness, inability to embrace complexity, inability to listen, anger or cynicism, fear, compassion fatigue, burnout, or guilt that you can't do more. But more than just an emotional response, many find that vicarious trauma shows itself in our bodies. We recommend that all volunteers do a quick body scan from head to toe and become physically attuned to the changes or pains in their body that may have resulted from their volunteering experience. Vicarious trauma might look like headaches, sleeplessness, loss of appetite, increase in appetite, stomach pain, back pain, dizziness, hair loss, or fatigue. Self-awareness is a key component in recognizing both symptoms of burnout and signs of well-being. Only when we're aware of what's going on within our body and our spirit can we improve our well-being, decrease our distress, and be a greater help to those in need. So you're a volunteer who has experienced trauma secondhand during your time at a child welfare office. You've recognized that your headaches have increased, you're having trouble sleeping, and you are snapping more at your family at home. What now? Let's explore some things you can do to help your well-being. While every individual is different with their own unique set of needs, here are things that can help diminish the symptoms of vicarious trauma. Naming emotions. This helps us get out of our right brain and into our left brain. Try making a list of what you're feeling and a list of what you're grateful for. Mind-body experiences. Yoga, massage, walking in nature. Grounding with the earth by walking in grass or sand barefoot. Deep breathing. These all help us to address fatigue and emotional stress by connecting with our bodies. Reaching out to others. Connect with other volunteers as often as you can exchanging phone numbers, and finding regular times to meet. We often heal within relationships, and finding support from others who understand completely what you're going through will help. We also have a volunteer therapist who can offer a free phone consultation to any of our volunteers. She can also help you find a therapist in your area who can help you continue processing the feelings that have come up. In addition to this resource, I host a monthly Zoom support session where volunteers can pop in and talk about whatever's on their mind in a safe and supportive environment. If you'd like to process something together, join me on the last Friday of every month at noon Pacific Standard Time. Working with children who have undergone abuse and neglect will be emotional and distressing. Because you care about these children, you are going to embody some of their pain. Our hope is that you can process the stressful and emotionally taxing moments through attunement with your own body, mind, and emotions, and in relationship with other volunteers, so that these moments don't cause you to feel stuck and lead to vicarious trauma. We are so grateful for all you do and hope you will rely on the many resources we have to support you in your journey as a volunteer.